What do you think about that last Khabib fight? I mean, it was definitely dominant win and all of that, but what do you think about his career in general? Where's it
So
gonna go?
Khabib, I mean, he's incredible MMA fighter. So I was texting you about if you know anything about jiu-jitsu or grappling. With him, it's more
Which I don't,
sambo.
but I
Yeah,
want to.
the
Yeah.
technique he pulled off, the
triangle.
mounted triangle.
I heard it's almost impossible to do in a real fight.
I mean, you could get it if you're completely dominating your opponent. So number one, to get a full mount the way he did in such a dominant position against, I think an All-American wrestler.
Wrestler, yeah.
He's a very good wrestler,
Justin Gaethje,
top notch, top notch wrestler before you get to the Olympic level, right? To get that position and to just dominate that position is incredible. And then to literally premeditate and plan that submission, a triangle, such a tight, perfectly executed triangle like that. I mean, Gaethje, he tapped. The ref didn't even see it and then just passed out. And as the legend goes, DC Daniel Cormier, he said,
He was commentating on that fight.
yeah, he was commentating, but he's also at AKA, American Kickboxing Academy. One of the coaches who coaches Khabib. Okay, he said that because Khabib knew that Justin's parents were going to be in the stands, he wanted to triangle or choke him rather than go for an armbar or something that he could hurt. He could hurt him because he felt that Justin wouldn't tap and he would have to break his arm or something like that. So as legend goes, he had this idea from the beginning. And I mean, it's not a complete farce because his last two wins were by choke. So, but he's above and beyond the whole division. And I argue that the 155 division is probably the most, usually traditionally that and the 170 division are the most stacked divisions. The reason being is that the smaller athletes who are super athletic will get into wrestling and kickboxing and MMA because they're too small to get into American sports. Like you want to get into the NHL, the Major League Baseball, you need to be a tank, right? So in the heavier weight classes, I don't think you get the best pick of athletes. Whereas in the lower weight classes, what else are they going to do?
That's actually
right.
That's an interesting thought. It totally makes sense.
Right. To me, it makes sense. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But I don't want. It's not anything against the heavyweights. These guys are way better athletes than I'll ever be. But I think that for him to dominate like that, my only gripe is he's just hit his peak.
Cool. Khabib.
He's just hit his peak. Why not get a couple more? He doesn't need to. If you don't want to do it anymore, you shouldn't do it because it's violent and you can get hurt, right? But why not get a couple more? Fight Ferguson, fight Conor again. Make some money.
See, that's the thing. Like when he made his speech that he's retiring and his father passed away, and it sounded so sincere, and I totally like. It's funny in English and in Russian. I was like, damn, I was like very touched by his speech. Like if parents are alive, you have to spend some time with them. You never. Yeah. And I was like, damn, like
he's always in training.
I want to go back to Kazakhstan and just spend some time with my family because like
they're not there forever. Yeah,
I felt his pain. Like I definitely you could see how huge that win for him was. And then he says, I'm gonna retire, and I was like, wow, like this is beautiful. Like okay, like good for you, man. Like. Yeah. Spend time with your family, like dedicate to whatever training, open the gym. But at the same time, it's like 29-0. Mayweather retired 49-0, and then he made so much money on his 50th win against McGregor.
Yeah,
I was like, there's a lot of marketing possibility to like who's gonna be Khabib's 30-0. And I don't know like if it's gonna be McGregor. He definitely doesn't like McGregor, even though McGregor right now on Twitter and publicly he's expressing a lot of respect for Khabib. Probably, for whatever reasons. I don't know, personal or commercial. I don't know. Do you think he's gonna come back or not? Like, what's?
I think he's too young and uninjured, possibly uninjured. I don't know, but he doesn't seem to be injured. He's too young and uninjured to retire. I think there's good money to be made.
Absolutely.
Everybody's got a price, and everybody gets bored.
Especially fighters.
Yeah.
Especially
everybody gets bored.
Famous fighters like Khabib, successful fighters.
And I think that this fight was trending to be the biggest pay-per-view buy in UFC history, and it flopped. It did only about 650,000.
Because originally Khabib was, it's funny, I haven't heard that number. So 60,000, 600,000 buys?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
that's the number that the estimated number. And they were trending. Dana was saying they were trending for 2.5 mil.
It's because Gaethje wasn't the right opponent. He was supposed to fight Ferguson dude, I think.
I think Gaethje was. I was super excited about the fight, but come fight day, one of my friends texts me at around 2 o'clock, "Hey, are you watching the fight?" I said, "What are you talking about?" I didn't know that they were starting midday Eastern Standard Time. Fights are a nighttime thing. So in our area,
because they were in Abu Dhabi. Yeah,
exactly. They were in Abu Dhabi, and Saturday at 2 o'clock, it was weird. I was watching the fights with my daughters there, and it's light outside, and I'm watching Khabib fight Justin. It was weird, right? So a diehard like me is going to watch it, but even like what's his name, Dwayne Johnson, the Rock, he even tweeted, "Shit, I forgot about the fights at 2 o'clock, but I'm training and I have to, I got to work out, right? So I'm going to look at it on Twitter instead." And I think that happened a lot. Like no one's going to a bar or a restaurant
that's also true.
to watch these things, A, because of COVID, and B, because you're not going to go to a bar to watch the fights at 2 o'clock.
Interesting why they did it at the afternoon though.
Maybe it's for TV. Like what would the time be in Russia? There's many time zones in Russia, but
commercially speaking, it doesn't make sense, as you said.
Yeah, unless they got a really good TV deal back in Europe, and because TV you make money too. So
or maybe like the Abu Dhabi people, they paid enough money to say, hey, like we're gonna
do it now,
break the price, just like we want our population to like see it.
So I don't know. What I think is this: I think if I were able to matchmake, I would say set up if Connor wins against Dustin. He's going to fight Dustin Poirier.
When is he fighting?
This should be, I don't know when. I don't even know if it's been inked yet, but they were talking about doing it at 170, which is a lazy move in my opinion. Just cut the damn weight to 155. But if he wins, get an interim title going. Get a new, do some sort of a tournament style to get a new champion. Then have Khabib come back and say, you know what, I'm bored. Come back. Win the title, then do a super fight against 40-year-old George St. Pierre at a catch weight, not for the title, right?
What would be the weight?
I would say maybe 160.
That's a good one, because I was going to say if Khabib's going to come back later, he's going to wait for too long. The weight cutting would be a huge issue for him, because it already is a huge issue for him.
Yeah, but I think he should do another 155, win the title back, make, sell 1 or 2 million pay-per-views, and then fight GSP at a catch weight, so there's no title, right? Because GSP is going to come. If he wins, he's not going to fight again, and make a huge payday there, right? So make 2 very good paydays, walk off into the sunset. He can say, you know what, I'm the best ever, blah blah blah. Because now you have John Jones at light heavyweight, who's contesting that. No, I'm the best ever. I'm the GOAT, whatever you want to say, like
pound for pound.
Yeah, pound for pound, right? Because I 13 title defenses or whatever it is that he's done. And he has an argument, right? So I think that Khabib, I think he's got more fight in him if he's mentally there.
And I think a lot of it's going to be like his mother's blessing,
it's fresh now. His pops died. It's fresh, right? But his dad, like, would he want him to stop fighting? I don't know. I don't know them.
Yeah, I strongly believe that's not it for Khabib, and and I feel like his family will encourage him as well to do that. Like I don't know.
Or maybe he's happy. Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he's happy just with what he has. He's a millionaire. Like, what does he care, right? If he's sick of being in the U.S. and he wants to go home.
That's the mentality of the fighter, though. Like, that's the mentality of the fighter. Like, I don't know. You wouldn't get fat and just do nothing, or be like the trainer at the gym.
Prince Nassim, buddy.
Exactly.
He's like 400 pounds, isn't he, or something?
Fuck, what a guy that was, Nassim Hamed.
He was amazing.
But he quit at the right moment.
Yeah.
Like, he was so confident, and then like he just got sparked. So good for him, anyways. Yeah. But it's. Or you want to go back to the glory? You know what I mean? Like, it's. So I think we're gonna see Khabib in the next 24 months.
Yeah, and if he comes back early enough, he'll just continue ripping guys apart. She's that good.
Yeah,
you could just see the strength, like the physical. But it's not even just the strength. Like if you watch him slow, like if you slow it down, his arms and legs he's like a freaking octopus. They have independent minds, and he's locking you up with his legs. You don't even realize it.
Interesting. Okay.
It's just his brain. He's able to control your upper body with his hands, but while you're paying attention to this beast controlling your upper body, he's locking you with his legs and sweeping you under, and you can't move. It's like you're just being drowned. It's ridiculous, and if you've ever like grappled, you would know that feeling when you got a guy who just makes you feel like you're drowning. It's like a boa constrictor. It's just every time you move, you're wasting energy, and he's not, you know?
It's amazing.
Then you throw in punches, forget it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely he's going to be studied for a lot of years ahead.
Yeah.